Welcome back to Tran Wins Bastard Bonds. Today is July 12th, 2016. Let's actually see how long it's been. Oh, I guess it doesn't tell me what the timestamp is. Well, let me think. I think I played all of my first 8 episodes, 9 episodes if you count character creation, in the same day. I think. Not 100% sure on that. And that would have been probably maybe 2 Fridays ago or so. So it's been about 2 weeks, I think. No, I'll just put the recording date in the description. So it's been 2 weeks. I don't quite remember exactly what I was up to, but I did a ton of editing for the Little Lily Princess. I got that. That's been looming over my head for some time because it takes so long to edit that because I talk so much in that. And that's one of the reasons I'm thankful that I don't spend too much time talking, and I am right now, unfortunately, because I'm kind of introducing myself again. But it takes so long. It takes like 4 times the time of the recording. So if the Little Princess is like 40 minutes, it's going to take 4 times that, so 160 minutes. Alright, so let's see here. All of these, I'm going to go ahead and explain. I think maybe at the beginning of every session, I'm going to go ahead and re-explain many of the mechanics that may not be immediately clear to players. That's also one of the beautiful things about this game is that since there's so many ways to get from here to here, that you can watch any series on this, and many of the maneuvers may be different, including the ways you can build your character. Alright, so the twinkling, what that means is that area is secure. An area gets unsecure after about 8, let's call them days. Every day is a time where you head back to the world map after getting experience points. So, for example, I kind of actually wonder. Well, no. Now, if I just enter and leave, that doesn't matter. So let me just enter while I talk on this one, just to give some explanation thing. So you're not just watching the world map. Oh, and if you're interested in all of these texts during the loading screen, there is actually a file with all of those loading tips. I think I might be able to change the loading tips too, if it reads from there. Alright, so our character named Bran, he is basically a guard, and maybe that's boring for you to see, because he just basically ignores all attacks that land on him. Right, so this area is secure. These things here are Spriggans, and they won't actually attack until... Yeah, it doesn't look like you can actually attack them. I thought one of the message says I can attack neutral characters by recklessly attacking them. I think that sign may have meant characters that are hesitating, so you can negotiate with them. Here's 3 Spriggans, and when I activate them to become hostile, they will have an emerald right around here. An emerald is your green magic, essentially, if you recall from the Fundaments Shrine. If you don't recall from the Fundaments Shrine, it's essentially 5 colors similar to Magic the Gathering. I apologize if that comparison is old, but that's what I think of it as. You have 5 colors: red, green, blue, white, and black, and also colorless. If I touch the shrine, those Spriggans will come to life, and I can take the emerald as well. Now, since I've already secured this area, I won't actually... I think I might re-secure it if I kill them, and you get a 50% XP bonus when you complete it. There's probably a 50% bonus of what you've acquired over time. So if I kill them now, I'll just get 50% extra experience points from those Spriggans. Now, since I've arrived here but I didn't get the experience, it won't count as a day, so nothing happens. The stronghold doesn't change, and everything should be fine. Since it's going to eventually become hostile again, I can just come back and re-secure it, and might as well get the 50% bonus then. I don't know if there's any sort of consequence for squandering days, so I'm just not going to bother securing it right now. I'll come back and I'll claim the emerald at a later time. Alright, Alright, the way I'm playing right now is I have XCOM soldiers joining my team, and they're all laborers, so I'm going to have substantially more labor than a normal player would. I've also got experience set to party leaders level, so every new area I enter will be of the party leader's level instead of the average of all your bandmates, including people in reserve. So that means that all of my opponents will be more higher level, and I will get more levels as well. So I believe that will give me an advantage in the long run if you can just sort of handle it, but we'll find out. This is Britt Olsen, my psionic. Okay, that's why I came here. Now this doesn't do me any good right now, because I have to basically unplug the leak. I have one character with plenty of labor, so he should be able to do this with no problem. Alright, so Brand is essentially my front linesman. I play in a completely reckless manner, in that... let's see here. I don't really care too much if my characters fumble, because Brand will just stand there and defend. And the enemy will pretty much do nothing. Like, they're not going to attack any of these three, they're just going to go after Brand. I'm just gonna stand by. Even though it's maybe not optimal per turn usage, it'll make the battle go faster. Alright, so as you can see here, they can go through me and themselves, but they still can't reach me because I've placed myself in such a way that, were they to do that, they can't actually hit me. The only place would be is if they landed here, they could actually attack Bato, but Bato has tons of hit points as well, so that's not really a concern. The current thing affecting Brand right now is pain. That'd be a red-colored ailment. There's ailments and there's bonuses. Generally, players call them buffs and, I don't know, minuses? Malices? I don't like the word buff, though. It always makes you think of like someone's about to start cleaning. I just got a camaraderie on Moria here. She basically would have fumbled at that time, except that there's an alignment bonus with her for any chaotic people in her team. I don't know if you get more of a chaotic, or more chances at camaraderie if you have more chaotic people or same alignment. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I do not know if you get more chances at camaraderie if there are more people in the party of that same alignment. Speaking of which, it's not that I'm expecting the game maker to come by and explain that to me, but that's one of the things that I really like about Bastard Bonds, and it's kind of a little bit weird, but we'll talk why it's weird about that in a minute here. But no, I like it. When I was deciding to play this game, I'm not normally this hyper, but I'm trying to get it all out before I forget and go silent again, before I go dark. But when I was studying about whether or not I wanted to do a Let's Play on this, I noticed that Captain Gerber was sending messages or posting comments on people who are playing the game, and I think like that's really great. A person's how they interact with the community. Basically, I mean, like, I don't know. How a person responds, I think, has some bearing on how their products are received. Such as the whole State of Decay issue with them releasing a Game of the Year edition and no longer supporting the previous version. They did that so they could make more money, but it didn't really support the players who had invested in the game prior. So I can see each side's point to this. But by doing so, they may have hurt themselves in the longer run. At least until they make something so incredible that people decide not to be concerned about that anymore. So having a good community outreach is really helpful in what's going on with the things you produce. Like my videos, for example. If I was a hateful and mean person, I don't know if anyone would want to watch my things here. Alright, you read through the corpse's belonging and make a mental note not to drink the water. That's one of the things I don't like too much, is if you click anywhere, like, not even directly on it, he'll just throw it on the floor. It might be easier if your characters are just automatically followed you more than, like, pausing. Because you don't really see this real-time movement anywhere else in the game that I'm aware of. Like, enemies won't be wandering around while you're wandering. They won't, like, move around, think, and then move around some more. Not even randomly. They just are there until you discover them. Alright, I'm gonna uncover a third one here, but I'm fine with that. Alright, if you're wondering why I know, like, what's gonna happen, as I said, I've done a lot of research on the game. No, I haven't played it yet, so there's that. But it's not really a blind playthrough. That being said, I don't know everything that happens. Obviously, I don't know every area, and I haven't, like, read every guide for every location or anything. I do have the guide available to me, though. The guide I'm talking about is Grimnir's Guide. Bato uses the spear because he has the most hit points, although he doesn't have very good guard, and he's my least effective attacker, so he gets the spear instead of the bows. Whereas my attackers can spend all their turns attacking, Bato has to worry about moving in the correct... he has to basically take turns moving to the correct spots. Daredevil indicates that I reach max risk, and then she ends her turn using defense. I also get a small bonus experience, which is one of the reasons why I focus so much on Daredevil. I was willing to let her fumble or get Daredevil. Because I kind of figured that if I needed, that I wouldn't hurt to get more hit points for Bran. Bran's setup allows him to heal just by defending. This lever isn't needed because this gate's already open. And there's a lever on the far side, but I need to free up the steam first. Standby allows me to... it always seems to wait for the very next person to act. Giving him more targets to hit, so that Bran has a better chance to heal up. And of course Bran's aura heals everybody around him, so it's not that big a deal. The boulder is positioned at the edge of the water. With a big push, it would probably slide in. The boulder tumbles into the water with a splash. I like to turn on lamps. I like to make sure there's always the areas as brightly illuminated as possible. Alright, this next fight can be a little tough. But if you take it really slowly, the enemy won't all rush at you at once. So right now I've triggered only one enemy. So like XCOM, I can just back up and it won't even matter anymore. Whoops, I could have just attacked. Now since Bran is in pain, he takes more damage. He also heals less. I can have him to get one free attack, essentially, and then defend right after. I'm gonna keep him topped off for now until I encounter the next two. Or if not topped off, at least close enough to it. Whoops. I had released shift so that I could defend, and I thought I was clicking on Bran, but apparently not. So Bran just took a cautious attack as his first move. The creature is hesitating, but you cannot communicate with it. The creature flees the battle. If I actually get experience. So I need animal speak before I can actually talk to creatures. So there's no point to really talking to it now, it's just gonna flee, so... And that should be it. I can leave manually by clicking on the exit, or just click on this button marked exit. Now, I might be biased, but I enjoy all the extra skill points I get from leveling up. What's this guy's thing? Is it dodging? Hunting? Huh. Like, was I building under my thwart guy? I think that's what I was probably doing. He's chaotic, so he only gets his second highest. Alignment determines your manpower, so this guy is providing me 252 manpower right now, regardless of these stats here. So I don't really need to raise him for thwart, with the exception that he can get double the labor here. Maybe that's what I was doing with him. Wish I could like make a note or something. I don't really want to stop right now and pour through the old videos because I have no idea at what point I would say these things. And since there's so many characters I'm going to have, I'm not that terribly worried about it. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably build him up for the stamina perk, so that he can double his manpower just with whatever he gets and contributes to the army. Because I don't think we can really need a guy with guard and dodge. I think I'd rather have one that has like a hunt and thwart essentially, with a little bit of fight or something. Because I've already got at least one blocker, and any other blockers I have I'd want to have ward. Bazo, I think I'm just making him straight up laborer. Yeah, he's got one and everything else. So since I'm recapping again, since maybe I'm gonna do this maybe periodically, perhaps every time I start a really long session. Tonight's gonna not be a long session, but I'll avoid recapping for the next time I actually get the time to record. Because I've got to meet up with my other players, with some other players online later. Anyways, it's like a scheduled thing. But anyways, right now he's got 1 point in attack and 1 point in defense, 1 point in guile, and 1 point in magic. What that results in is this is multiplied with attack to get 1 hunt. So 1 guile times 1 attack is 1 hunt, whereas 24 force times 1 attack is 24 fight. 24 utility times 24 force is 576 labor. So every time I put something, like if I put in defense, this becomes 2 times 2 is 4 dodge. Thwart increases because guile has increased. So let's take a look. Guile is 2 times 24 is 48 thwart. Let's refund this point and get it back. So it's like I hit the undo command essentially. So it's now down to 24 thwart. I was gonna say 24. Anyways, let's just keep doing labor here. Now I've unlocked the 4th pit, which is regenerate hit points when he completes a labor challenge with a good result. When he gets to the very end, he'll actually be able to help me make negotiations. Alright.